is up, guys? Phoenix here, and welcome back to another pixel art for Kirishima Ejirou, aka Riot from My Hero Academia. So, where we last left off, we did the hair, and I'm going to keep up the pace because I'm assuming you guys are on the 4th tutorial. Hopefully, you guys are watching these in a row, so you guys are on a steamroll or whatever, and able to pick up the pace with me. So I'm not going to take any other time to explain things and go slow, besides some of the basics, and we'll just keep it rolling. So where we last left off in the top left corner of the hair, we have this 5 flat marked out with the placement blocks, and we're going to continue by going down into the right from here. So I suggest you just put your placement block on the right side each time, and you should be fine. So first off, we're going to go down into the right 4 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. And let's go back and delete those extra dirt blocks. Add 1 to the end, and then keep it rolling. From there, we're going to go down into the right 7 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Placement block at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it sounds like my heater's about to start acting up again. I just finished some Boruto parts, so it might look like we have to take a break from this before continuing this part. But from here, we're going to go down into the right, so put your placement block on the bottom or right side. 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the right 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from that 6 flat, we're going to do 2 things. First, we're going to go to the second to last block from the right side, so this one right here, and we're going to put 1 piece of coal on top, and we're going to mark it because we're going to come back to that in a second. But the second thing we want to do is go to the final block, this one right here, and we're going to go underneath it and put 2 pieces of coal going straight down. 1, 2. We're then going to put a piece of placement block underneath so we can go down into the right 1 single, down into the right 2 vertical, 1, 2, and then finally down into the right 1 single again. And that's just to clear up this spike before we go back up to the single we marked and continue working from that. So next what we're going to do is we're going to be going up into the left for a new spike, so I suggest just putting your placement block on the top or left side. You should be fine. We're going to go up into the left 1 single, up into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up into the left 2 singles again, 1, 2. Up into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Let me just zoom out real quick to see what we got going on. We have 2 singles, 2 vertical, 2 singles, 2 vertical. And we're going to finish this little part up by going up into the left 1 single, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. So, placement block, 1 single. Placement block, 2 vertical, and that's 1. And we're going to do that same pattern again. So placement block, 1 single, placement block, 2 vertical. So if we zoom out, you can see it's just 1, 2, 1, 2. Very easy to follow. Now going to the top block in the 2 vertical we have all the way up here. We're going to go to the right side of it and put 2 pieces of coal going directly to the right. 1, 2. And this is where we're going to start bringing it back down. So let's put our placement block on the right or bottom side. And we're first going to go down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 flat, and we're going to do that 5 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. And finally, 1, 2, that's 5. And let me just review my build so far and see if that's how it's supposed to look. Yes. Now, from that final 2 flat, this one holder right here, we're going to add an extra block to the right, like this. And from that extra block, we're going to put 1 below and 23 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Perfect. So if you want to recount that, it should be 25 blocks in total. I'm pretty sure I did it correctly, so I'm going to leave it. Otherwise, I'll probably edit it out if I messed up. From the top block into 23 vertical, whatever it is, it's 25 in total. We're going to put 1 to the right, like so. And then we're going to start bringing this spike down. So let's go down into the right. That's a loud motorcycle. We're going to go down into the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2, placement block. Down into the right 2 singles, 1, 2. Down into the right 2 vertical again, 1, 2. down and to the right, one single. And we're going to mark that single because we're going to come back to that in a second. Down and to the right, two vertical. 1, 2. Down and to the right, two singles. 1, 2. And then to finish up this little section right here, we're just going to go down and to the right, two vertical, 2 times in a row. So place a block on the bottom right side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then finally, we're just going to go down and to the right, one single. And that's it for that little spike corner right here. So since we started, we've gotten 2 new spikes in. We completed that spike right there. There's no shading parts yet, but when we get to the halfway point or the other right side, there's going to be a lot of shading stuff to do. I don't know if I'll do it in this one or if I just want to finish the hair today. But what we're going to do now is migrate back to the single we marked, and we're going to put an extra coal on top of it so that we can start working with that. So it should be like this now, this weird Tetris shape. We're going to put a placement block on top and go up and to the right 5 vertical from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to continue going up into the right and creating this spike. So let's go up into the right 4 vertical next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the right 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up into the right 3 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And then to finish this up, before we have to bring the spike back down, we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical, then 3 vertical. So place a block on the top or right side. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So looking at the right hand camera screen, you can see that this spike is really tall. It is, I think, the tallest point in the build, but I'll double check. It might be. No, it's not the tallest point in the build. I lied. There's another spike that goes way higher by maybe 15 to 20 more blocks. So if you're almost at the height limit, just make sure you have 15 more-ish blocks and you should be fine. I want to say it's 15 to 20 blocks. So from this 3 vertical, we're going to bring the spike back down. So I want you to go underneath it with your placement block. And we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Down into the right 3 vertical 3 times in a row. So place some block on the bottom or right side. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. 1, 2, 3, that's 3. And just clean all that up. From there, we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then we're going to start worrying about this intrusive spike that has some shading in it, because it kind of splits this and another spike. So we're going to go down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. And from that 2 flat, we're going to go to the right block and do 2 things with it. First, we're going to put 1 block underneath, and then we're going to put 5 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And mark each end. So going to the bottom blocks that we have right here, or the bottom single, I'm going to go down from it. So let's put a placement block underneath. So we can go down into the left 1 single. Down into the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I mean, I could do a rush job and let me first put a placement block underneath. I could do a rush job and just finish the hair and get to touch the right side, and then we'll be done with that. But I think by doing the shading while we do the hair, it's going to save me time later on, when instead of having to locate where the shading goes, we already have it kind of figured out with it. So let me actually make sure I have another brick in my inventory, because we're going to do some shading in a minute. So from that 6 vertical, we're going to go down into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I mean, some parts is not complete with the shading, but I mean, just having it marked makes it easier to find later and easy to complete, because it's not that hard to complete later on. This is actually pretty simple. It's just a lot of parts. Anyways, let's put a placement block underneath so we can go down into the left 7 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down into the left 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down into the left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see we're just constantly placing placement blocks underneath. It keeps it going. down into left 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finally, to finish up this little part right here, we're going to go down to left 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So that's the left side of this spike. We still need to go up and do the point of it and then bring it back down. For the shading parts I was talking about, we're going to go to the bottom block in this 4 vertical and put 2 placement blocks to the right of it. 1, 2. We're then going to switch to our nether brick and put 1 at the end of that. And from that nether brick, I want you to put 1 below and 1 on top. And then from the bottom, we're going to put a placement block underneath and go down into left 8 vertical. And that should touch down on the base of something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I mistaken? Oh yeah, I am mistaken. Then we're going to go down into left 2 vertical and that should touch. 1, 2. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, we can mark the 3 vertical that we have for the shading right here because we're going to go and work with it later. And we're going to build it up and then build it back down on the right side. But for now, we just have the start of it marked out, which is fine. So let's fly all the way up, all the way back up, and actually delete these extra dirt blocks on the way back up until we find where we brought it down from. And you can see we have the 1 single below and the 5 above we created. And we have the marker up here at the top. Let's go to that 5 above, get rid of the marker. And then we're going to put a placement block on top of it so that we can go up and to the right, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. This is actually the spike, so we're going to go to the bottom block in that 3 vertical and bring it back down. So we're going to go down to the right 2 singles. 1, 2. And from the second single, I want you to add an extra block to the right. And what we're going to do with that block is we're going to put 3 on top and 3 below. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. From the bottom, actually, we're going to bring down the opposite side of this little spike with it. So we're going to mark the top and the bottom of this 3 that we just created, but we're going to work with the bottom right now. And we're going to go down into the right from here. So put your placement blocks on the bottom or right side and you should be fine. And we're going to go down into right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into right 4 vertical 2 times in a row. So placement block 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the right again, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. My sensitivity is probably a little bit too high, which is why we're making so many mistakes. I'm just catching them really quickly. So let's put our placement block down so we can go down into the right 4 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, we're going to put a placement block again, and we have like maybe 10 more blocks to do. So we're going to go down into right 1 single, down into right 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3, down into right 2 vertical 2 times in a row, 1, 2, that's 1, placement block, 1, 2, that's 2, placement block, and then to finish up this little section, we're going to go down into right 3 vertical, followed by a single. So 1, 2, 3, that's 1. And then put your placement blocks down so we can go down and try that single that I mentioned. And then we can clean up our workspace and we are good to go. Let me just zoom out so you can see what we have. Pause it if you need to so you can catch that last glimpse of what we just built. And then we're going to fly all the way back up to the block that we marked on the top side so that we can keep on progressing and making the other spikes. So we're almost done. Actually, I think we only have like maybe a few more spikes before we have to get to the right side. I would say that I thought we were going to do all the spikes in this video, but it might be 3 videos of spikes actually, just because these spikes are crazy. Really, really crazy. But we're going to do a couple more and then I'll probably stop. So on the top, we're going to put a placement block up there so that we can go up and to the right, 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. We're then going to go to the bottom set of the 2 vertical right here, so this bottom part, and we're going to put a placement block underneath. Oh my god, there we go. So we can go down into our 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And from the 3 vertical, we're going to work with the bottom and top. I know I said that backwards, but ignore me. First, from the bottom, we're going to go down into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, whoops. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then from the top, we're going to start going up into the right and building another spike. So let's put a placement block on top. So we can go up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And from the top block and the 3 vertical, what I want you to do is we're going to go to the right side of it and put a placement block. And from that placement block, we're going to put 1 block on top of it. And then we're going to mirror this 3 vertical over the right side. So let's just put 1 placement block right here on the right side, and then just drop 2 below it with coal. Like so. Perfect. Now continuing by going down into the right from this 3 vertical we just created, we're going to put a placement block underneath or to the right side. So we can go down into the right 3 more verticals 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. And finally, after you put your placement block, 1, 2, 3, that's 3. We're going to finish this spike by going down into right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And like I said, we finished this spike, so we're going to have to go back up for another spike on the top block. We're not working with the bottom block in this 2 vertical, the top block. Let's go back and delete these extra dirt blocks though. And then we're going to put a placement block on top of this 2 vertical so that we can go up and to the right from here. 1 single. Up and to the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the right 7 singles now, so count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. From there, we're going to go and put our placement block on top so we can go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 8 singles, so count carefully again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if you could hear that. Let's delete this, but I didn't know if you could hear my controller clicking. But it has like a nice rhythm to it if you have the blocks kind of in the right spots. Like as I was clicking through that, I noticed it sounded kind of smooth. I like that. Actually, is it 7 or 8? Hold on. I think it might be 7 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's technically 7, but we can work with the 8th block, so it's fine. So on the 8th block, let's just add 1 on top of it, like so, and you're good to go. Make sure it's 7 singles, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. I don't know why I marked it as 8. Might just be me drinking the stupid juice again, so that's my fault. Anyways, from the 2 vertical, we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Up into the right 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 vertical. Up into the right 1 single again. And if you zoom out, you can see we have a similar pattern going on here. It's just 2, 1, 2, 1. That's going to change, however, as next we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical 3 times in a row. And actually, I didn't notice my cameraman got out of frame just for a moment there. So let me move him up so you can see. So we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And if you made it this high, guys, this is the highest point in the build, alright? You don't have to worry about height limit anymore if you've made it this high. We're only going to be going down from here on out. That's a lie, because sometimes we're going to have to build up with the shading, but this is the highest point. So let's put our placement block underneath, so we can go down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single. Up and to the right, so we're going to switch directions now. So we're going to go up and to the right from this single, 2 more singles. 1, 2. From the highest single, so this 3rd one right here, we're going to add an extra block to the right. And from that extra block to the right, I want you to put 1 on top and 6 below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so the spike is coming out good. We're going to just bring this down, and then we're going to have to only worry about maybe only spikes on the right side of his face. I haven't checked those out yet, but they're probably only like 5 or 6 of them. I think the left side has the most spikes. So let's put our placement block on the bottom or right side, and we're going to go down into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 4 vertical again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have some blocks that go to the left right here. I don't know if they're shading or not. Let me just double check. Yeah, they are shading. So we're going to kind of ignore them for now. But next we're going to go down into the right 7 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's mark the bottom block in that 7 vertical. What we can do next is go to the left of it and put 3 placement blocks to the left. 1, 2, 3. Then we can put a piece of nether brick right there for the shading. And from that nether brick, we're going to put 11 on top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we can go back and delete these extra dirt blocks, which is fine. So when we're ready to finish the shading for this piece of the hair, at least we have this 12 vertical marked out so we can work with it. But we're going to go back to the 7 vertical that we marked the final block on, and we're going to continue by going down and to the right from it. 10 more vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Now let me see, how many spikes do we have left? We have enough spikes left that we can finish these next spikes in the next tutorial part. I'm just going to bring this back up to a point where we can actually start from for next time though. So if at the bottom of this 10 vertical, we're going to put a placement block underneath, so we can go down into our 2 vertical. 1, 2. And this is the end of a spike. So what we're going to do is on the top block in that 2 vertical, we're going to put a placement block on top or to the right side, so we can go up and to the right 6 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go up and to the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Now from here, we can actually bring it back down, but we're not going to do that till the next time. So let's mark the 2 vertical so we know what we're coming back to. And in the next part, we're going to bring this spike back down, then start a new spike, and we're just going to go and hopefully finish the right side of his face. I'm saying the hair takes about 3 parts, which is pretty crazy, but that's majority of his body, to be honest. His face is pretty bland, his neck and shoulders are kind of bland too. So I think the majority of the detail comes into the hair, which is what makes his character look so different. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the tutorial so far. I know it's complicated, but you guys are almost there. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.